You like it when I make that thing jump.
This was fun. The cheerleading scene, again, I got to relive my old cheerleading days. This was just incredible energy. It was really hot, like really hot. Like, and we had to do like, I don't know how many takes we ended up doing this thing, but I was like, oh Lord. It was super saucy. Love the cheerleading outfits. Of course, I'm representing the blue and orange, you know, but the girls were committed though. You know, we were like it when I make that thing jump. Hey. Actually, it was really fun also too. I remember preparing for this and talking with the squad and just crafting up the tempo, and like we did this cheerleading routine in ripples. That was important. I kind of started off and then my girls joined in line by line. Shout out to the Winston-Salem cheer squad because they came and brought that fire, they brought that stomp and shake.
Let's go.
The fellas were also holding us down, you know, counting us in, which was really fun. The whole team, they were amazing and so much fun to work with and so sweet.
What I've been doing was, it was homemade.
The energy that came off of her, yeah, she honorary.
Gotta give love to my Power Glam team, my hairstylist, Cesar Ramirez, and my makeup artist, Yolanda Frederick Thompson. They executed so beautifully. But this was a lot of fun. It was hot. We were definitely burning up, but we were committed at the same time.
Make that thing jump. Just understand me, player. Left side.
All right, now this car scene, this was really fun, and this is where I really used my imagination because this was the art of Dave's magic by having all these cars in one space and while I'm making that thing jump and starting the video off. You know, he kind of always had this vision to make cars jump from one side of the street to the other. It was also really fun. I wore red hair, which was really cool, and I've never done red hair in a video now that I think about it. And it was really fun being able to execute this with him and to rock out. I put on my dunks. I had on, you know, the shimmy shorts. It was just the perfect combination and somewhat raw too. Like it was just me and the cars. We was getting the party started because this is the scene that happens before the first verse. You know, we gotta set this thing off right. I say east side, west side, we're gonna set this thing off right.
He did like this, so he said, hey. I said, oh, I like that arm movement. Come on now, Dave, you got something credit.
You know, it's the SVA.
I said north side, south side, we gonna set this thing off right. And that's what we did.
If you want it, I got all the flavors you need.
All right, now here we go on verse 1. This, again, is one of my favorite looks in the video. And this is like CC, like I'm in my zone. Like I'm tomboy CC, that's who I am at the core. There was a lot of attitude. I wanted to come through the first verse cutting. Like I didn't want to be soft about it. I wanted to be in your face a little bit, doing those moves that are classic me. This routine was fun, being in the rehearsal hall and like literally creating from scratch with the guys. What was really fun too about this scene was also how Dave made the ground light up, you know, and like colorful, and like it was kind of like the idea of a mouth open, like with the tongue sticking out. And just good eye candy. I think eye candy is everything. At one point in time, we were trying something different, like one of the overhead shots, I'm actually holding the camera with Dave to show my footwork.
Copy, here we go, watch out behind,
and it's a simulation of me moving from my perspective, but you see Dave is helping a little.
Are we rolling on?
This was like me being raw CC, and I loved my combat boots in this again. Everything was customized for me in this setup, which was really fun. Letting CC shine, letting the inner little CC in me shine.
What it do? Tell me something. You came all this way to slow down.
It doesn't get any more music video like than this. Dancing on the phone lines was insane. Dave Myers had this incredible idea. When I remember walking up on set, you know, seeing this setup and going, this is about to happen. This is like an ultimate dream for me in moments like this. So shout out to Josh and Marv. It's always fun when I dance with the fellas. I really love this side of me because I believe it's part of what makes me unique, you know, being able to jam out like a boy. I've always loved that. I got to really go off and go in with the boys, and I love that. I love that challenge in the process. For me, when Dave threw this idea out there, I was like, that's insane. Being in harness, drones flying around, music really loud, cameras moving in and out, while still having to maintain the routine. Shout out to my girl Jamaica Craft, who I've known for years since I was a baby. She worked as a lead choreographer and creative director. She brought on a power team of choreographers like Josh and Taylor.
Turn down the light, I can turn it on.
Hey, now we've fallen into this is the bling world. She is diamonds all over. And this outfit was customized. The jeans, everything about the detail was really important because we wanted for it to really bling abnormally. Even down to the boots were crystalled out. I was a bit softer in this moment. I feel like as the video is going on at this point, it's building up and building up. Both of my rooftop scenes were really cold. It was freezing. Like I literally had to stand by a space heater in the middle of takes, like right away, like they would roll the space heaters out, which was like huge. I was trying to make it look cute at the same time. I'm like, no, I'm not cold at all, but on the side, I'm like shaking.
Baby, they can't jump with us, can't mess with us. Drop that ass, girl, make them say, wow.
Okay, so this was fun because yes, I'm your instructor and my class is fire.
Pick it up, make it clap, make them say wow.
This section right here, we call it Club Cardio, choreography by Peyton and Trinity. No, but this was so much fun doing the Club Cardio routine in the street. Just the energy of being with the girls doing this routine was super cool. I loved all the personality that every girl got. I wanted to make sure I highlighted, you know, all my girls. And I just want to give a shout out to the art department because they turned this section into a whole other world. Like it felt like we were really out in our club in the streets and they brought the light to the space. Okay, so the first time I saw this routine, I was like, do that again?
Did I see what I just saw? I don't even know what I just saw. What was that?
This was a huge accomplishment to get this scene done and for it to feel effortless and to feel really smooth. And it felt good to like be dancing light in this moment, to be stepping light in this moment.
You can't believe it, baby, I ain't playing no games.
So this scene right here, this is me and my girls, we giving you that chocolate on the beach. This was really cool because again, we were living in this magical world that hadn't fully existed. We had sand, that was pretty much all we had. And we had this green screen. So I had again dream about being in this beach world, which was like, I know I could trust Dave with. I was inspired by these photographers, Inez and the Nude. There was this photo shoot of girls, models on the cover of Vogue in a line. I just thought that was so beautiful and powerful. Creating shapes with my body was also really cool, and then creating shapes with us. Like, you know, we had a vision to do things one way, and then we got on set and we played around and created beautiful shapes together. Shout out to my boy Brandon. He was a key piece to this scene as well. You got beauty, and then you also got a little bit of making that thing jump on the beach.
All on you, I know what you want from me. Get it.
Hey, making that thing go round, 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 round. Hey, ooh. Okay, now this scene right here, this is the car scene. This was really fun. This was also crazy for me because somewhat nostalgic. I danced in the car way back in the days and I did the old video and I wanted to kind of have a little bit of that energy again. We got the classic nicknames on the jeans and the back, airbrush on the back, which is kind of like that throwback vibe when you customize. And I love the pop of colors. Like this scene was very popping, very vibrant. Okay, so I was trying to isolate on top of this car and I was slipping so much that we had to pour soda on the top to make it sticky. I literally sometimes felt like I was gonna bust my butt, but I was like, I gotta get the move. I gotta make sure I'm making that thing jump. It worked out. The little tricks, the little things that you do to make it work. You know, that's what I love about videos, is that you may plan to do things one way, you know, you get on the set and there's a whole different situation and all these different variables that create cool challenges. Shout out to Destiny for bringing the heat in this scene on the choreography. We busted it down all kind of ways on the car and on the ground. It's just fire.
Ow! Turn down the light. I can turn it on. Yeah, turn it on.
This is one of my most favorite scenes I've done in any of my videos. Not just this video, but this was crazy. This was one of Dave's brilliant ideas. Hairpiece was weighed down with these electric wires, and it came out everything that I could have hoped for and more. I'll tell you, I was freezing. We were up at 3 a.m. shooting the shot. This is the last shot of the night. It was as cold could be, and they had to bring the space heaters up, which was, you know, a lifesaver. I remember putting on like the latex suit, and I'm like, ooh, it's shaking. I couldn't move that much in this because of the way the rigging was for the hair unit. If I didn't have the right balance, I could have probably like rocked over. That's how heavy the unit was. This would definitely want to be one of my favorite scenes that I remember just ever doing in any music video.
You like it when I make it bang. You go wild when I make it bang.
All right, now I'm jamming out in the middle of traffic right here and giving you that stank in the streets. Like, I'm walking down the street jamming out. You gotta have a lift turned up in this thing. You gotta like really give them a little And I love the red traffic lights, like the little details, the little pops. I also love my boots here. I have these customized. It was like an ankle boot that we made like really tall. And again, got the sweats on, little throwback energy. We ain't home back. We letting loose. And most importantly, having a good time.
I like the way you make it jump for me. Hood chick, she ain't even get you jump for me.
Now this part right here, this is the ultimate party in the streets. Big shout out to Coach Contra. I am a huge fan of theirs. Having all my dancers out there jamming out with me. Everybody freestyle. None of this stuff in this setup was choreographed. What was also really cool in this scene is that Dave created this swinging pendulum camera that was swinging from left to right, so it created this cool visual effect. I was mesmerized when I watched this scene, and I was like kind of emotional, just to be honest.
I ain't trying not to cry.
When I see people doing what God gifted them to do in the form of dance, it's like, wow. I can't even like describe it in words. We have bikers, we have four-wheelers in the video as well. Every style, every energy that I think made the perfect combination to just turn the street up.
You like it when I make it bang. You go wild when I make it bang.
All right, now we're here throwing some things. This is what we call the gravity scene. And I love what we were wearing. I love that it was a little around the way, but elevated. I thought it was amazing energy, and it was fun to just toss some things left and right for a couple times. Just let it all out, you know what I'm saying? You know what was really crazy about this setup is that we had a routine that we thought would be perfect for this setup. And then once we got there, we realized there was too much movement. We're like altering the routine as we were going because we had to simplify things a little bit to make the focus on the gravity toss. It was so late at night, we were so tired, but we had to get this scene right and we had to execute the effect.
And we've been dancing all day and our bodies are like beat up, but we still need to execute.
And again, we had the dream because we were just in this alleyway envisioning the movement of everything happening.
Left side, right side. We gon' set this thing off right.
Okay, so this scene right here is definitely one of my favorites. This is us in the all white, taking you back to them throwback, those early 2000s vibes. It was fun creating the jump line. There were so many cool routines that we came up with in the rehearsal hall, so it was hard to narrow it down. Dancing on top of Plexiglass was crazy. Jamaica had this really cool idea and we all just loved. We took our phone and put it in the middle of the ground and then to jump over to create the illusion of like a camera being underneath us. And then we get to set and he's had this incredible concoction basically that he created for us to create the same effect that we wanted to when we were coming up within the rehearsal hall. I just remember too, like us being on top of the stairs, like the stairs weren't in our plan, but we looked up and we were like, oh, those stairs look really cool. Like, let's try it, let's create some dimension. It's really cool moments where you plan things to be one way, and then you get there and you end up creating something even cooler than what you thought you were gonna make.
Set this thing off right.
Now this right here, I'm in the ATL, and it's so Atlanta. This was really fun doing this scene. You know, we knew we wanted to kind of move around this video, and dancing on top of a train, that was Dave, you know, coming to me with this amazing idea. Okay, so the funny thing is when I put up to this set, it was a massive green backdrop and these little like light balls and this circle. This was definitely, again, another one of those great examples where you don't know what it's gonna look like. I had a good time. I was trying all kind of stuff on the platform, like really freestyling and then formulating the whole like piece as I was going. And I think it worked out pretty well. Shout out to my boy Colin Carter, my stylist, who also brought on and created a power team to help execute the vision with the fashion in this video. It was just everything. I don't know, it was just really special for me to like have this video of all these looks, but then like kind of going back to me, like it's always CC. And there's no better feeling than when you create something or you envision it, and then the video literally came out how I wanted it to, and then some. And I'm so proud of this project. I'm so proud of my work in this video.
It's